Jayson, just what is it about this team that, when you go through periods of not hitting shots like you did in the second quarter, being able to stick with it, you guys never let the lead get too far out of control, and Joe said the defense never broke. What allowed you guys to kind of stay in it?
I think guys have a sense of awareness. Having been through it before, this group has, we've played in a lot of basketball games. We found a bunch of different ways to win, and we're a special team. We won a championship last year, and we understand the process of each night is going to look different, and we still need to play the right way, our way, regardless of if we're hitting shots tonight. We got to be ourselves.
We like to talk about, this was a playoff atmosphere, and I don't know how much of that you feel out there, but having gone through last year, winning a championship and a ton of playoff games, how does a game like this compare to that? And how, like you said, we've been through it. How does that compare? How does that allow you to kind of get through these games?
No, it wasn't a playoff game, but it was a special night. I've been here. This is my 8th year, and these nights, right, where you're playing a team that's really good with some special players, and the crowd is really involved, and guys are making plays, and you feeding off the energy of your teammates and of the crowd and the fans. And the amount of times that we've won games and moments like that, it's just like another special night at TD Garden that I've been a part of.
Jayson, you guys get Jrue back tonight and obviously missed the last 2 games. What does just having his presence out there do for you?
It does a lot. I think we compliment Jrue about being a Swiss Army knife, right? We put him on point guards, we put him on the big man. We have him set screens, we have him handle the ball, facilitate, we have him post guards up. We just have Jrue do a little bit of everything, and he's a big part of why we are who we are and why we're a special team.
You kept getting that Brook switch and driving past him for those kickouts in crunch time. I feel like in the past you might have used that as an opportunity to maybe get more to your step back or to swing it around the arc. What are you doing differently this year to be able to get past those guys when they're really trying to lock you up, and how does that open up the offense in crunch time? Just learning from previous seasons, learning from previous games, understanding what they'll live with, and there are moments, right? I'm going to take a step back 3 or in rhythm, but knowing that you get past your defender, more likely going to help, and just about making the right read and finding the open man, because we have so many guys that are threats, can space the floor, and when you attack a closeout as a defender, that's the hardest thing to do is guard somebody off a closeout. So we have so many guys that can put the ball on the floor. We just try to put the defense in those situations where they're closing out on really good players, and that's tough.
Jayson, what is your preparation, psychologically speaking, for these big moments in the final moments of the game? Because you just scored 14 points and made every shot you took in the last quarter.
I say it a lot. It's our staff does a really good job of showing us film, or the days that we do have practice, putting us through reads of situational basketball and what the defense is, how they're going to guard us on a given night. So we rep it over and over, and so when we get in the game, first quarter or fourth quarter, everybody on the floor understands where to be, who we're trying to attack, what spacing we want, and we just play off of that. So, I give the staff a lot of credit, and, the guys on the team, we all have bought into that formula, and we stick with it.
Jayson, seemed like Deuce's birthday was like a national holiday or something. I'm curious, what do you remember from your 7th birthday, and what do you hope Deuce remembers from his?
Whew. I know I wasn't on the jumbotron at the Celtics game, but I think for me and him, it's special that we share these moments together. Deuce was born December 6, 2017. That was a month and a half into my rookie year, and it's crazy that now he's 7, and how much time has passed. But it's been really special that we've grown up together here in Boston, and shared a lot of cool moments and special moments here at the Garden. So he was excited about the game today. He liked being on the jumbotron. So it was a pretty cool moment for a 7-year-old.
Gary.
Jayson, did you enjoy the physicality, as long as they call it both ways, of this game?
Yeah.
Why?
It's a fine line, right, between as long as it's fair, right? If they get to pull and grab and push us, we should be able to do the same. And if that's how it's going to be the whole game, then I have no problem with that at all. It's competitive, it's fun, it's part of it.
You guys obviously talk a lot, Jayson, about playing a certain way and trying to play towards the math as much as possible. The way you guys play and the amount of pressure you put on the other team, do you feel that kind of wearing on them as the game goes on? And you saw late in the game, Dame tried to get that, draw that 3-shot foul, about a minute left. Giannis took that pull-up 3. Like you sort of sense that teams have to try to keep up with you guys mentally for the amount of pressure you put on them with the amount of sheer offense you can put up even on a night when you're not hitting shots.
Maybe the coaches think of it that way. We don't enter the game as trying to solve a math problem per se. We're really talented. We have some really talented guys on our team. Even guys that come off the bench that can really make plays, and we have the right personnel to space the floor and put teams in uncomfortable situations where we can attack mismatches. Naturally, bigs and shot blockers, they come and help at the rim, and we've just repped it over and over to make the right read, kick the ball out. So it's never like we come into the game, we got to shoot 53s tonight. We just got a bunch of 40% three-point shooters and a bunch of guys that can attack mismatches off the dribble, and we constantly just try to make the right play.
Since your rookie year, you've played them 3 times in the playoffs. You obviously now have Jrue. You've played them countless times in the regular season. Does it feel any different playing against these guys because of all the history you guys have than it does against most teams when you do see them?
Yeah. I would say that about a few teams that I played frequently in the playoffs. It's just always a little something there as a competitor, because we've knocked them out in the playoffs. They've knocked us out. We both won a championship in the last couple of years. 2 prideful teams, and you just always know it's going to be a battle and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be really competitive.
Jayson, how excited are you to see Marcus tomorrow night? And what do you think if he is able to go, it'll be like to actually square off against him in an NBA game?
Yeah, thrilled to see Smart tomorrow. As you all know how much he means to this city, to this franchise. The ultimate Celtic. He'll always be a Celtic for life. I had played with him for 6 years. I didn't envision a time where I wouldn't be on his team. So if he does play tomorrow, be a little weird, but probably go out there and tackle the shit out of him or something. But, I'm excited to see him. I know the fans are going to be thrilled to have Smart back in the building. So it's going to be a special moment.